Okay, everyone, welcome to the Cicero Regular Town Board Meeting, Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025 at 6:30 PM. Please note there are two emergency exits in the rear of the room, one to my right. Would silence your cell phones and stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and remember those who are serving in harm's way. Thank you. Okay. Councilor Bacallo? Oh, actually, are there anyone who wishes to speak on behalf of the agenda items, unless they are a public hearing?
Mike Boyle, Hebrides Trail. I just want to make a couple comments. There's two items here I was just curious about. The first one on the adoption of the Verizon agreement. I just wanted to make this recommendation. I had done this before in the past. I use Coca-Cola in the North Syracuse Central School District as an example. They have pouring rights there, even though we have a Pepsi facility here. That covers the town of Clay, Salina, and Cicero. Using that as an example with Verizon, I was curious if anybody ever explored an idea of talking to the town of Clay and Lysander and pooling the resources that they have together to negotiate an agreement across multiple municipalities to see if you get a better rate.
So this is a pass-through rate, if Neil, you want to talk about. This is a pass-through rate that gets charged to the resident, or I shouldn't say resident, to the subscriber.
Correct.
And the rate is 3.5 this year, the same as it was. And 5% you can charge. So it's
right. That's just for the town of Cicero.
It's for any town
across the board. But if we combine, they won't. Okay, that's great. Then on the new software that you're going to be talking about this evening, Mike Maurizio, you would know this. I don't expect the other board members to know this, but is that HMIS software SOC 2 compliant in ISO 2700?
That would be a Wayne Freeman question. Wayne.
Yes, and SOC 2. I would recommend you get that in place or confirm it before you do anything, just from a security standpoint. Thanks.
Anyone else? If not, move on to what do we got?
Move for the adoption of resolution approving abstracts number 41 dated 10/15/2025 and abstract number 42 dated 10/22/2025.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain. Passed.
Move for the adoption of resolution to hire Mitchell Earl Heim as a full-time recruit police officer at a starting pay rate of $59,494 per year, effective October 27th, 2025. Budget code 002-3120-0100-000.
Second.
Discussion. I will say that over the past year or two, it's been harder and harder to find police officers, and we're now sending recruits to the academy, which is great. Trying to get them all suited up for the following years to come with our retirees who are retiring. It's a great program. We just had two recruits graduate last week, and I want to congratulate them on their graduation. I just saw them today. They look great. And anybody else have any comments? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain. Passed.
Mitchell Earl Heim. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of New York. Constitution of the State of New York. all laws of the state and local authority and established practices of the town of Cicero Police Department. I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer for the town of Cicero Police Department according to the best of my ability with the highest level of integrity. Congratulations.
Okay, this is the continuation of the public hearing at Circle T Enterprise LLC. At this time, I'll open up the floor for, what time is it, Mike?
6:37.
6:37 for the public hearing. Anyone wish to come up and speak on behalf or against? Okay. If no one wants to speak on behalf or against, we'll move on and close the public hearing. 6:38.
Say we're doing that one, 2 minutes.
Did you read it? It's on yours. Okay, with the adoption to.
Is the applicant here?
No, not here. With the option resolution, adoption to approve the following resolution as presented, whereas the public hearing is considered an application for the zone change for Circle T Enterprises LLC on property located at 6709 East Taft Road, tax map number 059-01-25.1 from agriculture to industrial, was originally opened and heard on 7/23/25, and whereas the matter was adjourned to September 10th, 2025, and then on October 22nd, 2025 at the applicant's request. And whereas the application applicant has not responded to the town's request for additional information, date, and has not otherwise appear, it is resolved. The matter is hereby removed from, or for further consideration without prejudice.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
So a yes is a no. Just want to make sure we're clarifying that.
Approving this is rejecting the
Yeah.
application.
Yeah, we'll
right?
reject.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you just.
it's
remove-
not, I was gonna say, it's not a rejection.
It's removal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have to reapply if they wanted to.
So it's a yes vote.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Just wanted to clarify.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
This next one is a public hearing regarding the Verizon's cable TV franchise agreement. And at this time, I wish to waive the reading and notice that was posted and advertised at the proper time.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, what time, Mike?
6:40.
6:40, we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone else want to speak on behalf or against? Okay, we'll close it at 6:40.
6:40.
You got it. Okay. Move the adoption resolution to set a public hearing that was held on, I'm sorry. What do we got here?
Approving.
You got it. Prove it. Hang on. Move the adoption resolution approving the renewal of the cable TV franchise agreement between the town of Cicero and Verizon. This renewal calls for the continuation of the cable TV service with Verizon at the current rate. This resolution also authorizes the supervisor to execute the agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And with that being said, I will tell you that I was able to negotiate with the Verizon folks that in the last agreement, if everyone had a chance to look at the last agreement, there were a few schools and a few town offices that were included in this agreement. We now have all of the schools in the CNS school district, excluding Brewerton, because they're not in our district here. No, they may be, they'll hold me to that. All the fire departments that are in the town of Cicero, Cicero and Brewerton and South Bay as well. And all the town offices will receive, just general cable. Okay, the same thing will go for, the renewal of the Spectrum agreement, which will come next, I believe. Okay, so if you have cable in your fire departments, it's basic cable, just to let you know. Okay, we'll follow up on that later. All in favor? Do we vote already?
We did.
We did.
Okay. Thank you. Public hearing to consider the 2026 fire protection district contracts. At this time, I wish to waive the reading that was posted and advertised at the proper time.
So moved.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now at this time, I'll open the public hearing,
6:42.
6:42 PM. Anyone like to come up and speak on behalf or against? Close it at 6:42.
42.
Okay. Move for the adoption, move for the adoption of resolution to approve the 2026 Fire Protection District contracts and have the supervisor of the town execute any and all contracts and documents. The fire protection contracts amount to be considered are as follows and as presented.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Well,
What, go ahead.
so are we, I don't intend to vote on the budget tonight.
These are separate. This is-
No, I understand that. I just don't know. I don't intend to, I mean, I
Okay.
intend to vote on it. I just didn't know if we should, since we're not voting on the overall budget and this is, and the fire protection contracts are part of it, if we should put this off for another week. I'm asking a question. I'm not taking a position.
No, I get it.
I don't know how the rest of the board feels about that.
I'm abstaining, so that's on you guys.
Still have an opinion.
Unless you go back to the fire departments and try to renegotiate.
Well, I wasn't going, I'm just saying we're not approving the over, I mean, I don't, we can vote on it. That's fine. I mean, I intend to vote for it anyway. So yeah, that's fine. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain? Pass.
I will abstain.
Mike is going to abstain. Thank you, Michael.
Welcome.
Public hearing to consider the 2026 Town of Cicero preliminary budget, including the special districts. Well, we already did the special districts, so at this time, I wish to waive the reading of the notice that was posted, advertised at the proper time.
We did some of the
So
special
moved.
districts.
Yeah, not all.
Water, yeah.
Oh,
Water and
I'm sorry,
lighting.
you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Okay,
6:44.
at 6:44.
How dare you take that from me?
I can get one of them in. before
6:40.
going.
6:40.
Anyone like to come up and speak on behalf or against the town budget?
You lost your convenient microphone. Does this work?
Yeah.
I'll give it a try. I like when something else can hold it, but I have, and these are all just questions about the budget that were forwarded to me. They may be tough questions. I am not taking a position on these questions, but I think they should be asked, especially since you're not actually voting on the budget tonight. One final word about the time frame right now. This is the last town board meeting before a local election, which has happened in odd years here. So I really would like to suggest that the more information you can get out about this budget, these budget issues and other items that are of citizen concern would be great. 5 questions. I'll go through them quickly to not otherwise burn off my 3 minutes here. Number 1, fund balance and structural risk. According to the New York State Office of the State Controller, town should maintain a reasonable level of unrestricted, unassigned fund balance to handle revenue shortfalls and unplanned expenses. Here's the question. You propose drawing down about 1.2 million of reserves in 2026, as far as I understand, versus about 846,000 in 2025. And be a difference of about $350,000. After that drawdown, what percentage of each fund's appropriations remain as unassigned unreserved balances? Will any of this one-time money fund recurring expenditures, risking a structural imbalance? This matters because many upstate towns have appropriated some reserves, but relying on reserves year after year without a replenishment plan weakens fiscal resilience and may signal risk. Should I continue on with 2? All right. Question number 2. Police school resource officer growth and cost benefit comparison. For the budget proposed, the Cicero Police Department budget rises by about 6.8% from 3.18 million to 3.4 million. Question: what portion of the increase is contract pay versus overtime versus equipment, vehicles versus new staff? And specifically, how much of the school resource officer, special patrol officer costs are reimbursed by the school districts? And how does that reimbursement compare to similar arrangements in towns of comparable size? This matters because benchmarking to peer towns, some of which do not operate a town police department or have more limited school resource officer programs, when benchmarking that, taxpayers need to know whether the spend is above or in line with regional norms and whether reimbursements are maximized. Number 3, if it's okay. Highway fund increase in inflation sensitivity. The highway fund rises by about 6.1% year over year in the proposed budget. That is seemingly completely in line with inflation. Question: are you budgeting primarily for inflation in fuel, asphalt, and salt costs? Or are you expanding services, road miles, repair frequency, and equipment? If inflation assumptions change, e.g., or for instance, asphalt binder costs jump, what contingency or trigger exists to avoid cost overruns or levy increases? This matters because material price volatility and dependence on state bids means that even moderate increases may mask service level cuts or future tax pressures if not tightly managed. So, are the highway costs accurate? That's a short question. And will they be accurate through next year? Number 4, tax levy and growth, service alignment. The total tax levy grows about 5.3% to 20.28 million. Question: how many of the new dollars in this levy represent recurring cost growth, new positions, increased service level, versus one-time or temporary costs? Can you show how this increase aligns with measurable service improvements, road safety administration, additional things about dealing with Micron, which Micron should be reimbursing, or is it simply cost escalation? This matters because levy growth triggers tax burden increases. Linking the levy to service enhancements rather than just cost inflation helps to validate the increase, if there is one that makes sense. Last one. Transparency and regional benchmarking. It's just a question. Will the board commit to publishing quarterly budget to actual reports and a mid-year review? And will you, as a board, add an annual benchmarking appendix comparing Cicero's key cost and cost increase metrics, police per capita, fund balance ratio, highway cost per mile, with similar neighboring towns like Clay or Manlius? This matters because transparency fosters accountability. Without regional comparison, it's harder for residents to assess whether Cicero is efficient or out of step with peer local governments. Those are the questions that I think a lot of people have. a lot of people want to seek answers to before fully committing to a budget that otherwise seems quite reasonable. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, at this time, we'll let you close the public hearing. We'll go ahead. Anybody else?
Want to close that?
Keep it open?
Yeah.
Keep it open until,
We're not going to vote tonight. We got to keep it open. Yeah.
okay, November 5th, November 12th. Yep, okay. November 12th, 6:30 PM.
So, I'm going to vote on that. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Move for the adoption of resolution to approve Morton Building, Inc. to construct a 42Y by 42W by 12H by 20L pole barn at Cicero Police Department located at 6200 Street, Route 31, Cicero, New York, 13039, is approved by the Cicero Planning Board on October 15th, 2025. Site work to be completed by the Cicero Highway Department, paid for by a Community Resiliency Economic and Technology Program, grant ID number 27507.
Second.
discussion.
I'm glad to hear this was finally approved.
Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote nor abstain, passed.
Move for the adoption resolution to hire Maya Jones as an assistant volleyball coach at the rate of $18 an hour. Budget code 002-7020-0105-0000.
Second.
Discussion.
I stopped out on Monday. Very pleased. I mean, Steve Jones, the head coach, does a great job with basketball, always does. I was very pleased. The great program. Happy to go out there, but Maya's needed dearly. There's 40 young men and women for this class, and they do a great job with the coaches they have. So excited for this hire. So this is good.
You got it. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote nor abstain, passed.
Sorry. Amend purchase of 2024 Dodge Ram 3500. Move for the adoption to amend a previous resolution that the town board approved on April 9th, 2025 for a purchase of a 2024-2025 in the amount of $58,797, $794.43 for the purchase of a 2004 Dodge Ram 3500 4x4 chassis cab truck from McGuire Motors through New York State bid. Pricing OGS contract PC 689735SSB. Expense to be coded to 001-711-022-000.
Second.
Discussion. Apparently this was a 24, not a 25. That's the long and the short of that. There was a little up cost on that. All in favor?
There was an up cost for the dump box, I believe.
Thank you, Trey. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no abstain, passed.
Move to adoption resolution to hire Anthony, I apologize if I make the name very wrong, Birkinshaw as Director of Recreation at a salary of $75,000 and an expected start date on or about November 17th, 2025. Budget code 002-7020-0100-0000.
Second.
Discussion. Tony, you want to stand up? That's Tony back there.
Was I close?
He's the director from the village of North Syracuse. He is now coming to the town of Cicero.
Again.
In favor?
Aye. Welcome.
Tony, welcome. Yeah.
Purchase a 2023 Iron Rhino skid steer. Move the adoption resolution approving the purchase of a 2023 Iron Rhino skid steer and auger power head, 12-inch auger, and grapple bucket attachments from J.C. Smith, Inc. in the amount of $21,642, $17,000 from ARPA funds, and I apologize, everyone. $4,642, budget code 001-7110-0220-0000.
It was,
Second.
24 on both of those, not 42.
What?
It was 24 on both of those. You read 42 for 24 on both those numbers.
I amend my resolution.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution to implement the ACA reporting module within UKG HRIS software to bring compliance to ACA reporting and to allow the supervisor to execute the quote. I assume that means, rather than quote, it should say agreement. MM Hayes will provide ongoing software support at a monthly cost of 58 cents per active employee and a one-time configuration fee of $1,350.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution to approve an OCDOT use and occupancy permit number 208-04-25 for the new sidewalk to be built on South Bay Road from the Circle K to Matilda Gage and to allow the supervisor to sign the permit.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution to authorize J.K. Dobin Construction Company to proceed with the work to stabilize the bank of Volmer Creek adjacent to 8731 Larchmont Drive in the amount of $199,900, budget code 060-8540-4000-0000.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed. Discussion items?
None for me.
Buddy? No, I have one that the project here that was scheduled for 23rd and the 24th on Route 11 in your Home Depot down that way.
Paving.
It will be rescheduled for Monday, October 27th and continue through Tuesday, October 28th. So expect some delays. More delays,
Let's just say, how is that any different from what we've been getting?
extra delays. Okay, anybody else? Department heads? Anybody from the community like to come up and speak?
I have one more thought for you. Again, this is the last board meeting before the election, then you transition into new year and you prepare for an organizational meeting that starts off the new year. You always do a great job with that, by the way, which is very nice. One of the issues that maybe could be improved in the next couple of months as you take on these regular tasks is the manner of appointments to certain Cicero subboards. I'm thinking the Planning Board, the Zoning Board of Appeals, the Ethics Board. And I really appreciate that people from the public can come up here and be allowed to speak and provide input on those aspects. What I would like to provide tonight is just to give you a brief overview of a constructive, nonpartisan proposal that I think will make our appointment process clearer here in the town of Cicero and be more accessible to Cicero residents who want to serve. These are not jobs that people apply to do a job or make money. They apply to them because they want to do well for their town. Micron's obviously got a huge investment coming into our region. Cicero is going to face more planning and zoning decisions than ever before. Residents are going to know how to want to get involved, and the resolution, which I'll email to you momentarily and to Tracy, will show that and give some clarity. The main goals of the resolution are transparency, especially one public web page for all vacancies and term expirations, fairness, a 21-day posting window with standardized criteria for appointments, and written interview summaries to the extent that it's possible. Accountability aspects include an annual civic participation report listing applicants, appointees, and training completion, and capacity as far as encouraging 4 hours a year of required state-aligned training and community trust by this being a nonpartisan, inclusive proposal that describes a process open to all qualified residents. The policy is going to establish, the proposed policy would establish a clear timeline and an online portal, use an ongoing scoring system for applicants, require appointment packets to be posted at least 7 days before meetings, which was an issue last year where a resume might have not gotten from this place to this place, but it should probably have been. Create a quarterly dashboard for attendance, training, and recusals, and encourage hybrid meetings and public visibility of votes, or even additional efforts like Councilor Bacallo used to do, and he doesn't do anymore for good reason, but with his open office hours. There are towns like Bethlehem and Albany County, or DeWitt even here, or Victor near Rochester, that already post these vacancies, track training, and make these reports annually. These towns saw higher participation and stronger public input after putting these reforms into place. The benefits would be a predictable process for residents and applicants who want to contribute to the town, higher professionalism through training, reduced confusion and improved communication, stronger public trust and civic engagement, and no real added cost. The process improvements that I'm proposing rely on clarity, not spending. The resolution I'm going to send to you here does not change who you appoint. It's a nonpartisan thing. It's a non-preferential thing for that matter. It simply makes the process open and fair. I believe Cicero can set the example for transparency and civil participation in Central New York, and that this is a good way to do so. You'll be getting it in your email. I hope you'll consider it carefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Anyone else?
I have to push the button this time. Can you hear me? I didn't get a chance to come in here a couple meetings ago when the chief of police agreement went through. I mean, he's a great guy and everything. I had a couple questions on it though. When I read the agreement, it didn't say when the effective date was back in January for the new agreement, it didn't negate any current or sick time or vacation that he may have taken. I didn't see anything that outlined that any used vacation, sick time would be counted in the new agreement. It basically just said this agreement is now effective January 1st. So I guess the question is, if it's been reset, is his vacation and sick time reset? Because it didn't call it out in the agreement itself. I just wanted to point that out. Nothing against the chief of police. I just, if anything, he's a great negotiator. I saw the agreement. It's absolutely unbelievable. But the other thing is I don't see Councilman Hogan here again today. And I looked into it since January of last year, and she's about 14, 16 meetings that she hasn't attended. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know if she's ill. I don't know. But I mean, that is 7 to 8 months worth of meetings based on 2 meetings per month. And I mean, we're paying her to be here to do her job, and I don't see her here again tonight. I was hoping to see her to confront her directly. Do you guys have any comments about the absence?
I'm here and I'm not feeling well. I think that's.
And thank you.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you for not voting on the fire department stuff. 'Cause
No,
that would have been
no, thank you needed, but
Yeah.
we're elected to do a job.
That's correct. I just want to highlight, I'm not, nothing against her personally. It's just, we are paying her to be here to vote and she's not here. And I just don't think it's fair to the taxpayers to be collecting a salary and not doing the job. So I would hope that you guys would look into that. I mean, I don't know if she's ill or not, but I've since January of last year, you're talking 7, 8 months worth of not participation. I mean, if you can't do it, then vacate the seat. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Anyone else? Make a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Favor?
Aye.